rest of the screen going to go by up top, and you'll be able to see how everybody's going to roll off for this one. But let's go playoff racing. For the first time in series history, we are green from Darlington for the opening round of this NASCAR Peak Antifreeze Series playoffs, and it is Zach Novak to turn number 1 to get us underway. Darlington is a racetrack in which we're going to have a long night today with 183 laps of the board. It totals 250 miles come the end of it all.
But I'll tell you what, one of those cars keeping an eye on right now is actually moving up through the field rather nicely, showing a lot of speed. Michael Conti in the number 5, our most recent winner 2 weeks ago at Michigan. He's making up some ground right now, and right now he's on the back bumper. Derek Bordeaux off to and Luza really starting to close in on Zach Novak.
He's been able to close that gap in. In fact, as you said, it may be 4 or 5 car lengths or so, but it is well within 1 second. They have been able to pull away from Alfalla. That driver still occupies 3rd. He is working with some lap traffic at the moment. Maybe the lap traffic will give the 83 of Zelensky an opportunity to get up in him. Busa in a good fight right now. The number 34 under attack by the 40, and there's contact. Mullis sideways at a 2. So is Busa. They'll go 3 wide. Everybody's going to be able to hang on very early on at just lap number 29. The Gale Force Sim Racing Toyota is coming in as the battle for the race lead goes on once more. Luza on the inside of the racetrack is going to be able to get it. You never want to caution in the middle of pit stops, and that's what we've gotten. Yellow flag flies at lap number 32, and it is issues with the Peak Blue Daff Chevrolet of Josh Berry. It looks like he and Ryan Lowe going into turn number 1. They were battling for what appeared to be 38th position.
Pit lane is just a complete handful to get down. You got to get the car slowed down off the apron and practically got to walk all the way through Mordor to get down to your box. It can be a bit of a pain under green flag conditions.
Cleaning it out for the driver of the number 1 machine, Zach Novak. Not the case. The 15 had to sit in the box for quite some time, and he's out of the box now, but he's pulled over on the left-hand side of pit road. So I don't know what's going on with the 15 at Novak, but he is going to go all the way to the back. It'll be left in the hands of the driver who took over just before the yellow flag came out. Ryan Lewis is going to take the green flag as we put 36 laps behind us and go back underway from the lady in the black. Is a drive-through penalty for Ryan Luza, changing lanes on the restart. That is what's going to cost him the lap.
Ryan Michael Luza, who's that lap down car, who's now going to be trying to work on number 10 of Corey Vincent. They come off corner number 4. Very tight situation as the number 1 machine slips by on the outside line, but well done by Ryan Luza dealing with the slower traffic. He's trying to get himself back to the front of this field, potentially just get himself a lap back without a caution and just basically straight up.
We watch Zelensky outside of the racetrack. Here comes the one to lose, trying to unlap himself. An incredible feat for a driver who had to come down pit road. Didn't just pit and get fresh tires to lose a lap, had to serve a penalty.
We should be expecting some early takers here in the early goings, and as I say that, here comes 3-time, and here comes Conti as well down on a pit road.
Tricky entry. Fowler locks it up. So does Michael Conti.
And here comes Bobby Zelensky for his pit stop. Another driver all sorts of sideways. That was Derek Bordeaux getting out down on a pit lane. Very, very tricky pit lane down here. Right now I have Alfalla and Conti basically nose to tail coming off corner number 4 down your front straightaway. Bobby Zelensky just is now coming off that 4th turn. So it's basically a straightaway, the distance of the front straight here at Darlington. That's the amount of time that number 83 of Bobby Zelensky lost staying out that extra handful of laps. A lot of those guys who took the late pit stops and are still out there putting down some rapidly quick times have caught your leaders whose tires are basically on their last legs, and we're going to be expecting guys probably in the next half dozen or so laps to come down pit lane. But dude, Michael, early stop down on a pit lane this time, and there's contact through 3 and 4. That was just a driver up in the wall, so we're going to stay green. But Michael Conti, first one to blink and come down on pit road, as well as Ray Alfalla, your leader.
Here they go. 83 problems off of turn number 4. Looks
Turn
like
4.
Big problems there off turn number 4.
And it was Bobby Zelensky. He made contact coming onto pit road. 2 very different entries on the pit road. Josh Berry was very low, decided to dive to the apron in turn 3. The 83 decided to dive down in the corner, and Zelensky came down, made contact with Berry. Both of those drivers with damage, but no caution, and we stay green. That's the difference between good and bad tires. And Ray Alfalla going to go back to the race lead with lap number 130 in the works with 53 to go. That gap has grown. Alfalla has opened it up from 4 tenths after the last green flag cycle to 4 seconds on this one. So amongst his peers, the drivers on the same cycle as him, Logan Clapp at third, 11 seconds back. Eric Bordeaux, 13 seconds back. And Blake Reynolds at fifth at 15 seconds back. There's no contest for the two unless he makes a mistake. So the only thing that Alfalla has to worry about now is if that 10 can pull the rabbit out of the hat on that strategy call. The fastest lap tonight for Michael Conti, who runs in second, was on the second lap.
Oh, we got a spinner down the back straight. Spinner, Josh Berry.
Caution, there it is. Got checked up at a turn 2. You'll see it on the second look. The 39 lifts. Berry does as well. Not enough time for the 11 of Brad Davies to check it up. The 88 machine gets turned at a turn number 2, and we have a caution flag at lap 137.
Yeah, and talk about changing everything.
Now Fowler very easy in and out, clean pit stop, wins the race off the pit road. Conti going to be right there with him in P2. The yellow allows him to race away that 4-second disadvantage. So second to caution, going to go behind us, and Ray Alfalla wastes absolutely no time. Is it the final restart with less than 40 laps to go? How about Brian Schoenberg in the Pro Geek Ford? Fantastic run tonight. Digs himself out of starting in the middle of the pack. He runs at a 5th position. Now it is for position. Lose it to the inside on Duval. The 42 is not going to fight him for it. Eases up just the slightest bit to let the one clear man of the corner. Drops back down in line. And Ryan loses it now plus 2 positions off of the restart. A 3-time series champion is not only about to become a 3-time race winner on 2017, but he is going to be the first driver to take a golden ticket. With this win, Ray Alfalla is going to punch his ticket to the championship at Homestead, Miami. Checkered flag, he wins tonight from Darlington. Kind of head to a racetrack that's a little bit more uniform with what we're used to seeing at the Chicagoland Speedway in 2 weeks' time, where those guys have to try to go and pick it up.
The format definitely shakes things up a lot. You know, we talked about it during the race. The fact that last season we only had basically 2 competitors at this point. This time we have 8. Could be down to about 6 or so after this one. A couple guys definitely on the back foot